Hello.
Hi,
Evening, everyone. Hope you're okay.
yeah,
How are you doing today, Jen?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, a lot better than last time. I really apologise for last time. I was full of the cold and really like tried to suppress the cough the whole time we were on. So but I'm on antibiotics. I'm really better. So
Oh, good.
sorry for last time. Really embarrassing to hear it back.
No, well, as long as you got the antibiotics now, that's all that matters.
That's it. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Been a busy day. Didn't sleep very well last night, so trying to catch up on sleep before the live. Just trying to
Oh,
wake up. But yeah, so
it's
we've got,
been crazy, hasn't it? Though just there's so much information coming all in the same day. Just we've been trying to digest it all week, haven't we?
yeah, totally. So we've got quite a bit to go through tonight, haven't we?
Yeah,
It's like trying to find out what we want to go through, and there's like there's so much we want to cover, but we can't do it all in one go. So we're trying to cover as much as we can in one podcast.
that's
Evening,
it.
right? Let's say hello to a few people. Evening, Sarah. Evening, Amy. Caroline. Hey, Funky. So glad that you could join us tonight. Hi, Rachel. But yeah, so we'll just. Is there,
Hey,
if
it's
there's
been-
any questions that you would obviously like to ask, put it in the chat, and yeah, we'll try and answer them to the best of our knowledge that we can.
Yeah, that's like just pop it in the notes. Yeah. So just to recap, like last time we were talking about the inquest um, and the
Hi, Amy.
breaking news that Peter Faulding was had actually found Nikki in 6 minutes, was it?
Yeah, 6 minutes, 75 meters away from the bench.
So it's crazy. It's just completely blown our minds. So we're just trying to get our heads around that.
Yeah,
Um,
you're going robotic again. You have to
so
bear with Jenny because
I'll
she's
just say it.
on a new device, and yeah, every now and then it's like she's going robotic, and we can't work out why. So just bear with her.
That
She
it's
will
just be
come back.
batteries. Be
Yeah,
batteries and like, look.
yeah, batteries are running low.
Don't
So
you know, Power Android.
yeah, so coming off that, where like Peter said that he's found her 75 meters from the the bench, Ray just kind of looked back at some of the pictures that were out there, and so we started having a look at Lancashire police's when they was out on the river, and then comparing them to when Peter Faulding was out on the river, and it's actually quite surprising um, how different, and you can see just from the photos of their searches are. Hi, David.
From
Yes,
people
our
in
very
South
first video
America.
is still on our channel. Um, yeah, that's all there. Um, we don't get rid of anything. Everything that's we do is literally there. Have you got the photos of the searches? So
Guys, can I just do a sound check? Am I sounding like a robot?
no, you're back in the room at the moment.
Oh, the batteries must work then, change them.
Yeah.
Hi, see, Barry, do we still have our very first video? We do, it should still be on the um,
No, you've gone robotic again, Jen. Don't
oh,
move.
I'm gonna, yeah, I think I'm going to look nearer the router, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, as we were saying, our videos they're all still up there. If you just scroll down, you should be able to find it. We've not got rid of anything, so it's all still there. Um, so yeah, with Peter coming out saying that he found her in 6 minutes, 75 meters from the bench. Obviously, straight away you're thinking, well, how can Lancashire Police miss her? So we started looking at the photos that the press have posted of Lancashire Police doing their search and then Peter Faulding, and as soon as they're up, just trying to get them up, you can actually see the difference in their searches. Like I was actually quite surprised when I was looking at them how different they are. Lancashire Police, they're literally not really looking in the river. They're just all sat on the boat, like talking to each other or looking at each other. They're not actually looking in the river. And then you've got Peter Faulding. There's only 3 of them on the boat. So Peter's looking at the sonar scanner. And then you've got one that is directed like the boat. And then you've got one that's holding the sonar. And there's always one person looking at the water or looking in the river. They don't take their eyes off. And there literally was one photo, and the speed that Lancashire Police was going through the water, I was actually like, how can you even search for someone when you're going at speed? You could see the ripples of the river.
I noticed that they weren't like really going for it really fast, were they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How are you going to spot anything going at that speed?
Exactly.
It's so carefully timed it, oh. But they were walking on foot, weren't they? We saying last time, they're walking on foot, they're chatting away to each other, and they don't look like they're looking at the water. So, how.
Jen, you're really robotic again.
I'm going to try and go over to me. Ignore me for 1 minute.
As soon as I say that, you come back normal. Hi, Shelley.
It just keeps popping
Yeah,
in.
they wasn't doing a thorough job at all. Like, the fact that they could even find us. So this is what the picture of the speed that they was doing. Look at the water. And I don't actually think this is far from the weir. But you've got one guy looking out at the back of the boat, looking up into the distance. Then you've got these two, the one in the yellow coat and the high vis coat, and the guy sat next to him just talking. And then you've got the other guy. So from that speed, yeah, they're not going to see much, are they? And then, yeah, I was literally so surprised when I saw these pictures. Oh, she's going the wrong way. This is what happens. We're not having very good technology tonight.
Oh, I think it's running in the water because Luke was having issues. I was watching Luke on Break the Ice earlier on, and I know he was phasing in and out as well. What's the
Yeah.
up north thing?
Maybe it's all the snow that's coming. They predict that's coming.
That's it. Yeah, give it a load. Oh,
Rachel, the fetal position baffles me so much. If she passed instantly, like they said, or drowned, surely she would not. She would have been found in a comforting position. Yeah. See, this is what I don't get about. We are trying to look into this fetal position for you. Yeah, I just don't get that because literally majority of the images that you find of drowning victims, they're all flat. They're literally every single one of them. They're not curled up or anything like that. They're literally laying up like they were laying in the bed. So we're going to go into PC Thackeray's video as well in a bit. Hi, Paul Taylor. We're going to go over that because when I was trying to fall asleep the other night, I was literally like processing things and I was like, there was something about his video, the way he done it as well, that made me think, well, that's not how it goes. So this is another photo that we've come across. So again, you can see.
I was reading an article about drown victims, and apparently when you drown, that's the actual default position. You go into fetal position, and apparently, if you're not in fetal position, that's a red flag to suggest that you passed away not in water and were put into water after you died.
Really? See, this is what I would try and look into, because obviously when you would think, like with the when someone's passed away, you go through the process and start. I don't really want to use the terms, but you know what happens after you pass and after a while. So
Yeah.
with the body obviously being stiff, how could a body go from like a fetal position to like a laying position?
Yeah, it's you get rigor mortis, don't you? So
Yeah.
whatever position you're in, you stay in that position. Because like if the person is sitting in a chair, they stay in that position like with the legs bent and everything, and that's usually they have to be recovered in that position, or
Yeah.
they don't wait, push the legs out and stuff like that. But that's the default position, and apparently in a drown victim. It makes sense to me because if you think of fetal position, that's like kind of, if you look at the fetus, it's like rounded. It's just kind of like where you'd naturally fall into.
Yeah. Yeah. So we are trying to look into that, but that's taken a little bit longer than we would like. But obviously, we like to just come up with the facts before we actually share anything with you. So, right, we've got another photo here. Again, you can see the guy at the back. I'm assuming he's running the motor. The other police officer at the back, she's looking down into the boat, and then you've got two police officers behind this tarpaulin. And again, not looking in the water. So, yeah, just all photos that we've come across with Lancashire Police, they are not looking in the water. So they could easily have just, gone past her as they was going along the river. They wasn't looking in the reeds at the edges and stuff like that. So yeah, it bothers me. Hi Starlight, welcome. Paul Taylor, what about the man in black was mentioned again? Yeah, we're looking into that as well. We have a few suspects on our list. Yeah, obviously we've found some photos of who we believe is the man in black. This is just putting out. Joe's a bit slow.
I'm just chatting. I'm just saying, I am Starlight. And do I sound like a robot? No.
No. Oh, was that you, Starlight, in chat?
Yeah, I was chatting. I'm Starlight. It's because I've gone onto my laptop, which I haven't been on for ages.
No, you sound absolutely fine now.
Yeah. Oh, thank God. It keeps dipping in and dipping out. So if it sounds robotic, just tell me and I'll bugger off for a bit. I think we're like in the up north, and I think our signal around it is a little bit crap sometimes.
Yeah.
Any northerners in the house?
Any what?
Northerners.
Northerners.
Yeah, we have crap signals sometimes. It is really bad, especially on the phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Peter was so professional the way he conducted the search.
You got to kick it.
Oh, I was breaking up again.
Oh, it's literally as you start talking, it goes robotic. Oh.
Because I can hear you okay now, and usually.
Yeah, literally don't move, and then you're fine.
But
Derek Fortune, the police are up to the necks. They have big bruns in their hot cross buns. Yeah. they're literally, for well at the moment they're working behind the scenes trying to find a way to get out of this. But we just literally just want the truth, don't we, out there? Which we're going to, because Peter Faulding is doing a live Q&A on the 7th of December with Luke from Break the Ice. Yeah, so looking forward to that, and hopefully some questions will be answered that we all want to know.
Fair play to Luke from Break the Ice, because he's done that. Was a corking interview that he did there with Peter Faulding, and is it it was shock for everyone, wasn't it? The revelation that that he gave in that
Oh
interview.
yeah,
So
I was literally when that news came out, I just didn't know which way to go. It just felt like my head was going to explode.
my mouth fell open. I was like, oh my god, it's completely has changed the way of thinking about the case, knowing that she was definitely in the water all the time. That confirms it for now. So it blew my mind a little bit compared to what I was thinking before, because I thought he said no way she in the water. But can anyone hear me?
Sorry. Yeah. No, I can hear you fine. Yeah, it's just so strange, isn't it? But hopefully on the 7th we will get some answers.
Yeah, I thought that's the next interview, isn't it? The live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy, man, isn't it? What the
Mm.
place is just trying to cover themselves.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to try and sort your
Right, you talk, and I'm gonna get on this. I'm gonna try and use these PC microphones.
Okay. Right, so let's get back to these photos. So this is the Lancashire Fire and Rescue Service doing their search. I think Lancashire, if I remember correctly, the fire service was there for the first few days, and then it got Lancashire Police divers took over. So they have got the Cavanagh dog at the front. So the dog's doing its job. The guy behind him, the dog, yeah, he's looking out at the water. And then you've got these two. I'm not quite sure what they're doing. Looks like they're getting something ready. But yeah, Lancashire Fire Service, they've done the job. They was out there. So you've got the guy at the front. He's looking out into the water. And then you've got...
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Do I sound normal, like a person?
Yes, but I can hear myself.
Right, I'm going to turn you down then. Oh, it will get there in the end.
We will.
No, right, yours out. Can you hear yourself now?
Yes.
Oh no, hang on.
So here again they are.
Ah,
And they're actually walking through the river. And you can see their paddles or whatever they're using to poke into the river. You can see them here still. I think you need to turn them down a bit more, Jen.
oh, you still
Hi,
hearing an
Rebecca
echo?
Green. Yeah.
I've got to be able to hear you as well. I'm like, oh. My earphones won't work without the mic going back on again. Oh, never mind. I'll just listen carefully.
Right. Shelley, does anyone remember if there's more sniffer dogs than just the one?
I think you only had the one.
Yeah.
On the boats anyway.
Yeah. But you can see them walking through the water here.
Yeah.
So
Is that because I have a dog? Or is it sniffing for Nicky Sands?
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
Just want to double check. Can everyone hear an echo with me as well? Or is it coming through fine?
How do we sound, guys?
Better. Can you hear us all right? Or can you hear me twice? Yeah, there's an echo. What you want, Jen?
Hang on, because I've got you on number 20 there. Just
Paul said yeah, echo, but it's okay. Okay. Thank you. You always can't go without a glitch. So I said I've had the sniffy dog here, out having a look around. Yeah, there is an echo twice for myself.
am I echoing when I talk?
No. Shelley, I can hear you, Tree Finders, and I'm very far away.
No. Have I gone that loud now then?
Yeah.
Oh, you know when you're a new channel and it's all experimental? It's just part of the process, isn't it? You just got to learn with the technology.
Yeah, it's a new device, isn't it? So this here, this is actually past the Iron Bridge, because on the right hand side you've got the fisheries lake. So one thing I've noticed with every police officer that's doing the walk, yeah, they could hear me twice. Oh, actually, that went in. So every police officer that's doing the walk as they're searching the area, not one of them seems to be looking in the water, and I can't work that out because where they're saying their hypothesis from the beginning is that Nikki fell into the water. Why are they not looking where they're going? They're always looking away from the area, or they're talking. Why are they not looking where they're going? They're always looking away from the area, or they're talking. Just listening while the kids get ready for school. Sounding fine from South. Is that Australia? Just listening while the kids get ready for school. Sounding fine from Australia.
Right.
Australia.
Australia, wow. Big ups to Australia, Caroline.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Right, you shouldn't sound echoey now.
No. Brilliant. Yeah, that's amazing.
Right, you shouldn't sound echoey now.
No, we've
got a delay.
Oh, Jim, what's going on?
We've got a delay. Right.
Oh, Peter said about the police officer was just fantastic, such a joke. Yeah. So again, you can see all of the police officers here, looking down at the ground, looking just. I can't see them just walking around like that and doing a search. Jen, Revy Green saying turn down other volumes.
Turn down the other volume.
Yeah.
I can't hear you at all. And hang on, I've got a delay on because I put you on the telly. You see, and I've got a delay. Do you know what? I'm going to log out and log in on my phone again. I'm going to try that now that I've got my earphones off now, so they might log in.
Okay.
Right. Hasta la vista.
So sorry, guys. Oh,
bye.
Funny games, isn't it?
Again.
See you in a bit. So again, these are two officers. They're on this very steep slope, as PC Thackeray said. So they believe Nikki fell in here. And why are they not walking along this edge, looking in? And then these two walking around the area. It does look frosty that morning. You can see the frost on the ground. Again, they're just talking. Yeah, we're going to go through this video in a bit, JM. I'm just trying to sort these sound issues out with Jen at the moment. So we can actually get a good chat going on it. But she's got a new laptop, and for some reason it's like, you know, when someone's talking and their signal goes, it keeps happening, and she goes robotic. And then she goes on to something else, and then I can hear myself a few times. So hopefully we'll get it sorted in a bit. But yeah, we're going to go through that footage because I thought of a reason, well, something that he done that shouldn't have been done when he was trying to do the reconstruction. So, right, Jen's back. No one's got sticks to get in the bushes and reeds. No, that's what I mean. And when we actually went to the area, April time, when you look at the reeds, you would know, you know, when like the river's flowing, you get all the sticks and bits of grass and that get caught up in the hedges and the trees that overhang the river. If someone was looking in those reeds and underneath, they would have to dig all of that out so they could see underneath clearly. When we went in April, it looked still really clogged up. So, you know, it builds up over time, doesn't it? And there's no way that that amount of debris and stuff would have been caught up in the reeds that quickly. So for me personally, I don't think that they really did look properly into the reeds and stuff, because like I said, they just wasn't dug out. And even you can see on PC Thackeray's, on one of the as he got over the weir and as he got to go round the corner to go towards the bridge, there was a tree overhanging, and he's going like, you know, we would have searched all under here, and he went up to it, and you could actually see how much of the debris was still there. So to me, it's still very clogged up for someone to be able to have a proper look underneath. Shelley Sanford, so glad, Truth Finders, thank you for doing this live. Thank you, Shelley. Yeah, I'm sorry it's not going to plan at the moment, but it looks like our demons with the old technology has come back to bite us. The fisherman did a live today, and it's actually hard to see the reeds. He's talking to another fisherman, and they mentioned Peter and MB. Oh, did they? I know he was talking to another fisherman, and they asked to see his what they called pass to be able to fish in the area. But I was listening to it quite quietly. So yeah, I don't know if you can see from all of these. She's back. Hello.
Hello.
I can still hear us on the TV.
Hello.
But again, these two.
Am I on the telly?
Right. No, I can't hear myself now, so that's good. These two officers, they're just walking along talking when they should really be looking along this river. No, I can hear us on the TV again, Jen.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
I
done
can't hear you. My microphone on this. Can I put you on loudspeaker or something? Honest to God.
give it a go. These two police officers here, look, they look really interested in doing this. They look really interested. Maybe Nikki say she's with us. Yeah. Yeah, Matt Funky. That would be a nice reason for this to be going like it is. This is Rowan Water entrance, and then you've got the police officers walking around. But again, it's just they're just walking. Like normally when you're doing a search, they would have, like you say, like the sticks and stuff, so they could have a look under any loose vegetation there, and or not that I'm going to say that someone would have been able to dig, but loose ground, or if like the grass was a little bit long in areas, if they could try and find something. It just boggles my mind. I'm no good with technology, so don't worry about it. They all seem to be looking at their boots. They do. Yeah, this is what I just don't get. Looking down at the ground, don't want to be here. You know, and then this guy, again, they're looking down, not looking at the river. This is what I don't get. When they're saying that their hypothesis is that she fell in the river, why are they not walking along and looking in the river? I know you've got to look up, don't get me wrong. You're not going to constantly have your eyes, but you wouldn't be just walking around the area, would you? Yeah, I don't know if you remember when Sky News done their walk around the field. There was always a bit. So from this behind, you could see the brick building, and then you could see the row of bushes there on the right. Can you put your cursor there? Because I don't think you can see mine. So there's the row of bushes. From there, so they said from there to the bench area, there was 10 minutes that were unaccounted for. So when Sky News done their walk around and reconstruction, they got to that hedgerow and they said, right, from here there was that 10 minutes of unaccounted for, and then after 10 minutes the phone made its way to the bench area. So from the hedgerow down to the bench, it literally takes 3 minutes walking at a normal pace, not even that. So 10 minutes is a long time just to have stopped and not gone any further. So when this very first come out, I actually do believe that something's happened around this hedgerow. And so from this hedgerow down to the bench, that's where, so someone has moved the phone to the bench area, because they didn't say Nikki moved to the bench. It said, they always said the phone made its way to the bench area. Oh, Jen's back. Sorry, Jen.
I think, can you hear me now? I'm on the phone like normal.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hallelujah.
Got there in the end. So they said the phone made its way to the bench area. So what's to say that something didn't happen on that hedgerow? 10 minutes, you know, they've done what they needed to do to get her out there, and then they've walked the phone and Willow to the bench and set up their decoy. This is what I, you know, very first thing was when it happened. That's what I was coming up with, and I know that they're saying that they found Willow running between, well, 1 minute between the gate and the bench, then it's the star and the bench, and then it's along the river and the bench. But there's no proof of that. there's no proof that Willow wasn't already tied up to the bench. And this is what really frustrates me. 10 minutes to be unaccounted for. That is seriously a long time. You know, if you're out on a walk and you know you've got 2 to 3 minutes to get to your destination, stand around for 10 minutes and see how long that 10 minutes feels. Hi Lisa. Hi JM.
Yeah, thanks Dave. I'm back now, thank God. Yeah, honest to God, I've got a new laptop and some speakers and not speakers, headphones, and the headphones were syncing with my phone and my laptop. So when I went to try and use my laptop again, the speakers had turned down my main volume thing, so I can't hear my phone as well. So yeah, good one.
There in the end.
Yeah. Hi guys.
Jessie, I think it was at the time the volume and power button pressed on her phone. Yeah, that they recognised she was turning her volume up. But if you press those buttons together, it's one of those emergency.
Yeah, that sends
Right.
an emergency screen press for an emergency, because I did that the other day by accident.
Sarah, yes, I remember that. Also, Willow was found running around in Garstang Road by Sally Riley. I'm guessing that is SR. Yeah, so I actually remember that very first report come out.
Yeah,
it was said that an elderly lady had found Willow running along the road. So
that's right. Yeah,
yeah.
it was.
And she had apparently said this to a shop owner. I need to find it again to know it off by her, like word by word. But yeah, it's so Willow's been found on Garstang Road, and from the bench to the kissing gate, to the bench to the sty, and then running to the bench and the river, and then back. So
Sally Riley was dealing with it at first, wasn't she? And then she got taken over by Becky, didn't she? But Sally Riley kept on saying Garstang Lane, and there isn't a Garstang Lane. There's a Blackpool Lane and a Garstang Road, isn't there?
Yeah.
And she was saying, kept on referring to it as Garstang Lane.
Yeah.
And she's
a lot of things come up at the beginning. That this is why I like to go back to the very first days and beginnings of the news conferences that come out, the reports that come out and things like that, because you'll find that those are the truth, because nothing can get twisted. So the very first reports that come out, you can probably guarantee that they're the ones that you could rely on, because there's no one else.
Yeah, they were written before things went crazy, weren't they? The original reports. And then everything went a bit bonkers.
Yeah, and you haven't got anyone there going, right, no, you've got to say it like this, or you've got to say it like that. So always look at the very first lot of reports that come out.
Do you think the police were coaching people what to say, like as in the family and stuff?
Yeah, and I don't know if anyone else noticed this. It may be more now, but Sally Riley, she looked so out of place.
And I felt so sorry for her.
I honestly think that she was being puppeted, because you could just see she was so uncomfortable doing these like news conferences and say stuff. And I reckon that it was because she knew that what she had to say was wrong.
Do you know something that she said? That I was listening to the old reports today, and somebody asked her how long SGA were going to be there for, and she answered, "Oh, that's a matter for them." So that gave me, in hindsight now, knowing what's been said, a little bit of a sense of division between Peter's SGI company and the police.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a matter for them.
Yeah, and they did not like Peter Faulding coming in.
quotes. Yeah, it was just the way she said it. Yeah, and now when you look at it at the time, you probably wouldn't notice it, but at the time, only Peter would have recognised what was being said there. But now we know what we know now. It's you look again.
Yeah. So this is Peter Faulding doing his search. So remember the place, they was never looking at the river, they was always looking at each other, talking.
So he's got his eyes on the sonar there, and then he's got another assistant there sitting looking into the water.
And you can see in the water the sonar.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can just see the sonar going into the water there. And then you've got the guy that's obviously controlling the boat. But yeah, all these pictures of Peter's and these two, they're always looking at the water. Always looking in the water. Rebecca,
they're just a lot more professional.
Yeah, she did. She really did. So again, Peter's looking at the sonar. This guy that's controlling the boat, he's still looking at the water. You can see his direction of.
So they've got two guys looking out at the water now, and Peter's eyes are on the sonar.
And then you've got the other guy that's looking into the water, and you still can see the sonar in the water there. Because maybe they're going over the water there is a lot more shallow, so they've had to lift the sonar up a little bit, because you've got to be careful not to damage that, because it was very, very expensive piece of equipment.
Yeah, that's something that probably why they've got one on each side to make sure that it's
coffee. Hi all. I think she went by the school. Willow would have gone to the field as a natural instinct, as she knew she would be going for a walk looking for Nikki. She was grabbed by the red fan. Yeah, see this. Who owns the dog here? I used to have a dog, and the breed. If you look at the breed that Willow is. Willow 100% would have been in that water after Nikki if she had fallen in by accident.
Katrina, it was about 20 days, I think, 18 days, I think, before Peter come.
No, let me have a look. But yeah, if you look at the breed that Willow is, that's the dog that the police use as sniffer dogs. So they're bright dogs. So for Willow not to have just got into this water after her owner, who she's very, very loyal to.
Oh, hang on. The 18th of February,
19th she got found. So 27th she went missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
When did Peter go with it?
7th.
I'm trying to work on the timeline, to be honest.
6th, 7th, 8th. But he arrived on the Monday the 6th.
Was it the 6th? Yeah. So
9 days.
And she went missing.
So she
on the 27th.
Days, yeah. 12 days he come in. I thought it was 9. But yeah. So again, here you can see there's always someone looking in the water,
and you could see the actual sonar image on that last picture. You could actually see it there, and so that's what Peter's looking at when he's out there.
Yeah,
because we zoomed in on the picture to have a look at his screen and stuff, because you can see.
Yeah, Becky was not trained in missing persons. No, she was. Obviously not to blow smoke up her backside, but she was overqualified for it. She was more qualified to deal with like the drug side of things.
It's like asking a heart specialist to perform brain surgery type of thing, I think.
Yeah.
Where she's qualified, but in a completely different thing.
Yeah. That's why I couldn't get my head around. And as soon as she arrived, Sally Riley disappeared. Literally.
Never saw Sally again, did we? After that,
never saw or mentioned, and she's not even been mentioned in this. Well, she has been mentioned in this College of Policing report, but only to say that she's
briefly.
yeah.
Do you know what? I'll be honest.
Problem.
I can't read this report. I'm sitting there. I've sat there, got attempted to do it about 4 or 5 times now, and it is just. I have to just stop because it's just ridiculous.
I'm actually thinking of maybe because, like I say, there's certain bits in there that aren't going to be where they're praising themselves. I might actually print it off and just get a highlighter and highlight the most important bits, so you haven't got to read through the 100 and something pages.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That because it's just ridiculous. Like I literally just reading it and I get so annoyed with the tone of it, and it's just how the it's like on pictures where you can look at it and what's one person will see an elephant and another person will see a giraffe. And there's different ways of looking at things. The police have got their own way of looking at things and writing in this report, in order to protect themselves, to make themselves look good. Yeah. And that's what I felt.
Shelley Sanford, Willow is a scent dog used for hunting birds, ducks, etc. They have webs between their toes like Labradors, so they're very good, strong swimmers. Yeah, they are.
Oh, I'll tell you who's reading the full report online. Sorry, just if anyone wants it read out, and by a commentator as well. Super Chuffer Scott. So I'm not sure if it's on this Super Chuffer channel or Battery Exhausted, but he's actually going through the full report. Bless his heart. I bet you feels
like yesterday when he was doing what he was doing. It would have all just become into a blob for me. So I think I might just go through and highlight the important parts that we need to read up on and get out to people. Coffee. Sally has been on a few documentaries and appears very professional, maybe too good at her job. Sally or Rebecca Smith? Sally Riley is the first officer that was in charge, and then Rebecca Smith is.
Have we got a picture of Sally?
Have we got a picture of Sally?
I think we've got a picture of Sally there. I just felt so sorry for Sally because I felt like she was over her head. She wasn't informed. She didn't have all the information to hand. So when the press were asking questions after she said a scripted part, she looked baffled. She just didn't. They were asking, how did Nicola get to school, and she was like, oh, I don't know. I think she drove. She was really came across as underconfident.
Yeah, that's what I mean. She just looks. She was just being basically told what to do, wasn't she? And she did. I think that's what put her out of all sorts because she knew it was wrong.
Yeah, I think she knew that the stuff, what was going on in the backgrounds, and maybe she complained and said, "Look, I'm not able to deal with this on my own, because it's really, really hard coordinating a search anyway." And then it became super important, in the press as well, didn't it? So you've got all that additional pressure.
Yeah. Right,
and Becky's obviously coming because they thought, oh yeah, let's get Becky in. But and Becky's all like, oh yeah, I used to work for covert policing, undercover, and then she goes out and she discloses all Nikki's private information. So she must be really good at that job. Not. Oh my gosh, what a joke.
Don't get me started on that again.
Just an honest to God, I was watching it just earlier on today. I wanted to go back to the beginning again, and I'm angry now. Just when you go through it again and hear it all.
Yeah. So this is Sally Riley. Hey, Silvermoon Warrior, nice to have you here as well. So why did they never mention about Willow Nicola was abducted near Garstang Road? Yeah, this is what I mean. It's all changed, isn't it? So is that the one you're on about? That was too. You, no, it's not that one. Yeah, so this is Sally Riley, but yeah, I think she was literally being puppeted from. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. She's like she was good at her job and seems very professional. She didn't come across that with Nikki, so yeah, I do believe that she was being told what to do, and she felt very uncomfortable with it, and that's why she
Yeah.
appeared as soon as Rebecca Smith come in. Yeah,
I
so.
suppose we can only have one leader as well. It gets confusing if there's two, doesn't it? But it's like maybe sometimes because they've got different job titles, haven't they? Because what was it? Becky Smith is a SIO, that's a senior investigating officer, and Becky is senior. Oh, sorry.
Sally Riley.
So yeah, Sally Riley was. What was she? Becky Smith's a senior investigating officer, and I think I think it's Sally Riley. Oh, Superintendent Sally
Yeah,
Riley. That's what it is.
it's in that. I think Super Chuffy yesterday when he was reading through the first part. I think he only got into a few pages. So the College of Police are reporting how they've done it. So you've got gold, silver, and bronze, and but yeah, how could you tell what officers, what colour? Are they gold or are they silver or are they bronze?
It's like what they do in primary school, there, isn't it? Oh, there you go. You could be a gold one, and I suppose you can have a silver one because you're not quite as gold.
Dave,
But
before Peter ever released the Man in Black images, he did mention to Man in Black to the College of Policing, as they don't talk about that in the report. Not sure on that. Maybe that's a question to get put forward to Luke for when they do from Break the Ice, when they do this live Q&A on the 7th. Yeah, there's a few things that we would like to ask.
That's it. They don't have a name apparently for this man in black either. You know, he goes unnamed. He was mentioned at the inquest and then dismissed as insignificant very quickly. At was it Becky Smith's? She was the one that requested it. And now we've come up again with Peter because he was basically following Peter around.
Yeah, and asking lots of questions apparently.
Yeah, so that does sound a bit sus because a lot of people who've done crimes they insert themselves into the investigation.
Yeah. Oh
yeah. So that's
like
a bit of an alarm bell.
Ian Huntley, you know, he was out there.
That's right, yeah, and so murders, wasn't it? Bless the little hearts. My friend lived right near Soham, and she had 2 little girls, and I'm like, for God's sake, keep the girls in. I was really panicking about that. It's horrible. It's like Cambridgeshire, isn't it?
Yeah. Silver Moon Warrior. What negative comments on certain stuff do you not like? Have I missed something?
What's that? I don't like all the negative comments on certain stuff. Well,
we do all want the same thing at the end of the day. Obviously, there has been a bit of drama again. We're not going to get involved in it because at the end of the day, we're here for one reason only, and that is to get justice
for Nikki. Yeah.
Um,
But do you know what? I watch Super Chuffer. I watch Break the Ice with Luke. I watch Vicky Marie. You know, I'm not saying to sit there. You know, I've got my favourites, but
yeah.
I do watch them all. Eddie, oh my God, I love Eddie to bit. I want to
Do you know
hug
what?
Eddie.
Do you know what, the
Big
one thing
Eddie.
that makes me laugh? Like, you've got these channels, like Michelle After the Dark, all these other
Yeah,
channels that are doing the other side of the thing. But you know what? The main thing is they're still keeping Nikki's name out there. So let them
that's
do
right.
what they're doing, because Nikki's name
Big
is still
kudos for
out
them
there.
for doing.
And you know, if you don't like a certain channel, you don't agree with what they're doing and stuff like that, don't watch it. You know, we're small, and
Silver Moon Warrior. I watch them all too.
yeah, anything to get any information. You know, one of these channels that is kind of reporting it from a different way, they might actually show something that you've not thought of yet. So
Exactly.
you
Yeah,
know, they might bring something up that might make you see things in a different way. So, you know, just everyone just needs to. It's not about, oh, I'm bigger than you or this or that. You know, it's all about getting. We all want the same thing at the end of the day. So let's just all work together. And yeah,
and I can deeply apologise for all the people having to wait on me sorting me sound out today, because like all the amateur channels, we have these issues. But
it can get hard, Silver Moon Warrior. I think there's a lot of egos about um, and stuff like that, which is it's normal. You know, everyone in life, everyone has a bit of an ego. Everyone likes
it's
to.
like being in work, isn't it? You get
Mm,
one person, you know, you get a group of people who are all right. You get somebody who's got an ego. You've got somebody that disagrees with everything, and that's what it's like. I think on the platforms here, that you just everyone's got their own style.
yeah,
And I just respect everyone, even if their opinion's different. As Michelle said, it keeps Nikki's name out there and current, and we want to get to the truth and nitty gritty of what happened, you know, because I don't believe she fell in that river. She's been walking there every day for like 12 years, isn't it? She's suddenly going to tumble in there and not be able to get out. No, no,
yeah. But
no,
you know,
I don't believe
keep
that.
going. Everyone, keep going. All of you guys that are doing covering Nicola Bulley case, keep going. Whether you don't agree or you do agree, because it's keeping her name out there. It's keeping alive the fact that we could get justice for her, and that's what
That's
everyone just wants.
because I just think of those kids, because they need to know what happened, you know, factually and actually to their mum. And there's just this has just been a massive cover up from day dot. It's just, you know, the divers. Oh, sorry, my cat's just going to walk on me now. Yeah, we're really professional.
Yeah.
um, yeah, come on, Angel, do you want to speak? Um, yeah, but we're all covering things. That like it's been a fiasco from day dot, and the girls need to know what happened to their mum, and the police have just been covering things up, and I believe they've been you know, influencing the family by telling them what to say in press conferences and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really bad. And when you read through that review and you see it all written down, and you're like, oh my God, they are actually doing that as well. That they have got somebody who is in charge of
Hey,
what
Blackberry.
bullshit
Long
they're
time
going
no
to tell
see.
the public.
Hope you're okay. Sorry. But yeah, you know, just keep it all going. That's all I say. Just forget if
Yeah,
you don't like certain people, don't go on there. And you know, just keep mentioning each other's channels, because it just gets people onto other people's channels. You know, we're only small. I like the fact that we're small, because we just literally we say what we know. We try and give you the
Keep it
facts.
factual, don't we?
We just keep going like that. So yeah, and I've noticed that Ivy from Unapologetic Me is doing one. Nice to see that she's come back as well.
Oh, good. Oh, bless her, because she's had a break, hasn't she?
Yeah,
She's been having a lot going on, I think, in her personal life. And I was talking to Irish Eyes just in chat yesterday as well. She's lovely. We do talk to each other behind the scenes.
yeah.
You know, I'm
Irish
always
Eyes,
talking to
you spoke to
Scotty.
Irish Eyes, haven't you? She's good. I'm
Yes,
hoping she can
spoke
come
to
back
Irish
soon.
Eyes
Yeah,
yesterday. She's lovely. She's been watching Alfred. So Irish Eyes watches us. We watch Irish Eyes videos.
yeah.
Um, I sit and watch stuff with Scotty, on his battery exhausted and super chuffer, because I think he's just funny. He makes me laugh.
Thank you.
He's mad as a box of frogs.
So, did Emma hear Peter?
That's
I'm not
kind,
sure,
Rachel.
to be honest, Bad Fairy. I know when we saw Peter Faulding
Oh, bad fairy, good
June,
fairy. I know
June
the truth.
time, I think it was. He did say that they were still in contact, so I'm hoping that somewhere along the lines that between Emma, Peter, they can get in contact with Nikki's family, and hopefully they will go and look at this solar image.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know people have been out there saying, Peter needs to prove this solar image. He's got nothing to prove to us at the end of the day. We know and trust that Peter is doing everything that he can to go down the right channels to
that's
prove
right.
that was Nikki. We don't need to see it. So the only people, like I said in the last stream that we done, the only people that need to see this image is Nikki's family. That's it. So
Yeah, well, because once Nikki's family has a look at it, and then they might say we'd rather it doesn't get released publicly, which is fair enough. It's up to Peter. I suppose he's got copyright on it, on that image, but it is of a sensitive nature. So I think he is better off speaking to Nikki's family about it. I said yesterday, if I were Peter, I would be passing it over to other colleagues who are equally qualified to read these sonars. Luke was explaining, sonar images are not clear to us lay people who've got no training on sonar. It's like reading an X-ray or a CT scan. You have to know what you're looking for. And he said that he couldn't see it until it was outlined with a blue pen.
yeah,
The
we're going
outlines
to
in blue.
put a sonar image up. Obviously, just want to
Yeah.
put it out there that this image, it is not of Nikki. This is one out of his book that is being published. So I want to put out there that this isn't Nikki, but we just want to put it out there so you can have a look what a solar image looks like, so you can understand.
Yeah.
But again,
Peter's book is amazing, by the way. It is really interesting. It gives you a really good insight to him as a person and what he's done, his history. And when you read all that, you can't help but have respect for him.
Yeah. David Sturgeon. Where has Irish Eyes been? I was worried about her. She's not been. But, I think she's taken a bit of a break because there was something going on between her and another person on another channel. And I think it just got a bit too much. So she will be back, but I think she's just taking a bit of time off at the moment.
Yeah, she's just
funky.
Oh, she's good though. I was chatting to her like yesterday, just through chat, and said like, you're right. She's good.
Maybe I've got it.
I told her to get in contact with us anytime she can come and do we could have more technological disasters with more people on chat.
It's just said, sadly, Irish has had some bad news today about her pet has cancer and is dying.
Oh
no! I'm so sorry to hear that.
Oh, bless her heart.
It's never easy, is it?
Oh, Bad Fairy says, I don't trust the police diver, he lied. I think that he lied. I think what's happened is they've Peter's told them you need to search this area, and I think the police have thought, oh, we searched that 3 days ago or last week. Yeah, we've done that. She's not there.
Yeah.
I think that's what's happened personally.
Okay, I've got a sonar image here. Is it going to let me do it? Yeah. So this is actually of their training, so this is probably perfect to use because it can't be. So this is the sonar image. So the black in the middle, that is just basically the train of line where the boat's going. The sandy, yellowy, orangey bits on the side, these are the riverbeds because obviously it's sides that scan sonar, so it does both sides.
Yeah.
So with the top circle, which is in blue, you can see this is obviously of a body. So without knowing what you're looking at, you could probably say that that's maybe like a branch or something.
Yeah.
So
starfish.
Yeah, starfish. So obviously when they do their training, they have got the dummies that they can put in the water, and then they have to go through and find them. So they have got the dummies that they can put on the riverbed. And then you've got another image here, which I think Peter said is a tire. No, not tire. I can't remember what he said, but there was one out there that you could see like shopping trolleys. You could make out a tire and stuff. So
yeah, and he's got a big magnet that looks for large metallic things like such as a car. If a car gets driven into the water, he's got a big magnet sensor, and that senses go pick up a car and finds a car with so if somebody's done that does happen occasionally, doesn't it?
So you can see if you've had the training and everything like that, you can see.
It's like reading an X-ray, isn't it? If you know what you're looking for, you're fine, and so because he always says, oh, it's crystal clear, but it's crystal clear to him who's used to reading sonar images, but to us lay people that don't know that, we'll look at it and see like a squiggle.
It's like these
like what you've just showed us now, really, isn't it?
But like you say, it's like any if you've not got a profession in like any doctor's surgery or like scans and stuff like that, if you don't know what you're looking for, you're not going to see it. So
exactly, yeah, it's if you go for an MRI and stuff like that, you get the results, and you have to like look at it to get your head around where it's looking at, and usually they explain like this is I've had it on my back. Spinal cord.
So Caroline said, "Mind juice is back on Saturday, 8-9 a.m." Sorry, I've just got a cough. I've got mute for a minute.
Oh, well, like Mind Juice, yeah, that's good. I'll be watching that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I've wondered where it's been. So so Peter Faulding.
Shelley says she can relate to Irish eyes. I can too. It's so sad, isn't it, when you lose your pet?
No, I can. When I lost my dog, he was like my best friend.
Oh,
helped me through a lot of hard times, and when he went, I was a mess. I still have a little shrine for him on our wall above our stairs, so every time I go down I can see him.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I've got tickly throat for some reason. It always happens this time of night.
Are you coming down with the cold?
No, I don't know what it is. I think it's allergies or so. It's just didn't tickle in the back of the throat.
Oh
I
God,
find
that's how
it
mine
wakes me
started.
up.
I
It's been like
had
this
this
for
big
weeks.
bug for 6
Yes.
weeks.
Yeah. So Peter's team uses a high spec sonar, which is worth around £55,000, which can see every stick and stone lying on the riverbed, and is more superior than the sonar equipment officers have at their disposal. So Peter Faulding's sonar equipment, he did tell me what gigahertz his sonar does and what gigahertz or whatever the police have, but do you know what? I can't find that bit of paper I wrote it down on. It gave it
Yeah,
to me like a few
it's
months
the
ago.
frequency, isn't it? It's the sound frequency that we
Yeah,
can't hear, and it bounces against the side of the river, and then they've got a receiver as well, and is received back, and that's how you get your image. It's like an ultrasound, really.
yeah,
You know, when you're having a baby, but only you know, big ultrasounds, and it's covering a much larger area.
just having a look to see if I've got it anywhere on the computer.
It's like how dolphins navigate, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, but I've got an actual picture of the sonar equipment here.
But he's got loads because he was showing Luke from Break the Ice. He was showing him like all the different types of equipment he's had, and some of it's old. You know, it might be like 10 years old now and out of date, but he's got it all in his like main office. It's crazy the amount of stuff he's got.
Yeah, no, when we went
Ground
there,
penetrating radar that when he's doing, because he does ground searches as well. Because he might find somebody that's buried underground. He's got that,
yeah,
and then he's obviously got rivers and water searching equipment. That because those things that look like torpedoes, they're the magnetic. They're the ones that will find cars and things in the water.
yeah. Katrina said, "I just can't understand. If they
I
searched for
think.
7 days, how did they miss her? I just don't believe that she was there the whole time before Peter found her." But the thing is like, what's to say that LP didn't find her? They went
Yeah.
down and dived after Peter had found the target, and come up and said, "No, nothing there. It was a tree branch." It would surprise me if they just ignored it. So this is sonar.
It's just so cruel on the family, isn't it? Because every single, moment of every single day, that she's missing, they'll be beside themselves, because they're imagining every single scenario going on, that she's died or that she's still alive and she's been tortured by some weirdo. Everything will be going through their heads while she's missing until you actually and factually know what's happened. You need that closure, don't you?
Funky82, has anyone seen Slinky Slot's last video on AD showing images of Sona saying they were Nikki? No, he's on a different platform. That's totally different to me. So, Slinky Slots, I might have a look at Slinky
I
Slots.
think
No, I haven't seen
somebody
that.
sent me something. I think I've just had that sent to me.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I'll send it over to you.
Yeah, send it to us. So I'll have a look at that. But yeah, now I
Yeah,
have.
big ups to Liz, by the way. Lizzie, bless her heart. She's got her own channel as well. She always sends me stuff. Before I think she sends it over to Slinky as well.
Brilliant. I have to have a look at that. Yeah, but since AD's gone on to a different platform, it's it's too much for me. I like to stay with one platform.
Yeah, we stick to YouTube.
So yeah, this is the sonar. What an impressive piece of equipment! Like the size that it is, and for the images that it literally feeds back to Peter, it's amazing. Remy Green, huge question, but do you feel that Nicola was attacked and put in the water? I believe she was attacked, yeah.
I don't think Nikki didn't have a broken nose. She has injury to her nose. It didn't actually break the bone on her nose, but she had an injury, and it went from the bridge of her nose all the way across to her eye. So it was being quite nasty.
Yeah, they said that was post-mortem.
Post-mortem, yeah. So that they're saying that happened after she died.
Yeah, the bruises that Nikki had, that to me is just, it screams so much, especially to have a bruise on your arm the size of Nikki was 14 centimeters by 14 centimeters. To me, that screams that there was something untowards there. So yeah, I believe she was attacked.
Yeah, Paul Taylor. Yeah, I don't think she fell. There's no way. Yeah. No way.
The fact is like there was no marks on that grass. Even if Willow had jumped up at her, I think I saw a comment on that saying, what if Willow had jumped up at her? If Willow had jumped up at her, there still would have been marks on that grass, and there was nothing.
Yeah, it was just like normal, wasn't it? Mind you, the crime scene wasn't exactly preserved. This is the main criticism they had, because they were allowing members of the public back on the crime scene. You know, like the following day, they did close it off for a moment. You know, because I've seen the tape, but then they reopened it again. While Nikki was still, you know, missing, and that's just wrong. There was a police officer talking about it from Scotland Yard. He's retired, and he was just saying how ridiculous that is. That, you know, they've allowed the public to go trampling all over the crime scene, and I think what's his name, Peter Bexley, former Scotland Yard. But yeah, he was disgusted that they opened up that crime scene and the way they just dealt with things in general. He was talking on mainstream media about it a lot. You know, he's got a lot of experience in these type of crimes and situations, and he doesn't feel it was dealt with in the way he would have dealt with it. Yeah. I think it's fair to say.
We're just going to put Thackeray's video up because we want to go through that. I've just literally put our email up as well, so if anyone has got any questions that they don't want to put in chat, yeah, please send us an email.
Funky, can you do us a favour? Can you pop a link in chat to that AD video you were talking about, just in case it's different to the one I've been sent?
What, Slinky Slocks one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know, I just reading in chat, a few people have asked.
Yeah.
If I can ask you nicely with the cherry on top.
Yeah. So I'm going to go through this lovely video. It winds me up every time I watch this. So yeah, we're going to go through this. A week or so.
Oh, is this Mr. Thackeray?
The police says she slipped. I slipped on flat ground in a field. What hit me was how big the slip mark even. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It, you know, there would have been.
Yeah, if you slip over, you're gonna leave a mark. I've done it before now as well, and there was a big, massive mark where my heel went across the road, and I fell over and it was a bit muddy, and there was a big imprint of my bum in the mud as well, and I mean really big. So you couldn't miss it.
Yeah. I actually believe that going on Bad Fairies comment, autopsy should have been done by Stuart Hamilton. I reckon autopsy, inquest, everything to do with the investigation with this, with the amount of my mind just went then. With the amount of inconsistencies here, it should have been done by a completely different police force.
Yeah, it's somebody impartial, isn't it? You know, they've got, you know, if there's been a complaint being made, and even the police force are putting themselves forward for a review about how things have been dealt with, so that's them putting their hands up saying, I don't think I've done a good job on this, pal. You know, I think that things like the autopsy should have been conducted by an impartial party. You know, maybe you know, somebody from another force, like down south or something.
Yeah.
You know, they do.
Like to know is, I don't know if there is anyone that works for the police in this chat, or anyone that's really clued up on it. If you don't want to put it in chat, you can send us an email. But what is the protocol for when someone rings up about a missing person? So how do you assess a missing person to be high risk, medium risk, or they've just gone away for a few minutes? Because obviously, if I rung up to say, like, say you had gone missing, Jenny, and I had rung up and said, "Oh, Jenny's gone missing. This has happened. You know, her phone's been found, the dog's been found. This is out of character." How could they say, right, this is high risk? But if I turned around and said, "Oh, yeah, she's just really struggling with her mental health," surely they would have to have proof. You know, contact like her GP surgery and stuff like that, to be able to assess her as high risk. Because otherwise, if anyone ringing up saying someone's gone missing, they can just say something like that, and it'd be high risk straight away.
My friend's son, you know, the one I went looking for, he had mental health issues, and they knew this, and but they said he'd done it before. He's gone away, and I won't go too much into what his behaviour when he went away, because it's sad for, and it's my friend, but he was acting peculiar, and he went away and did that, and then he came home, but then he went away again, and the police were like, "Oh yeah, he tends to do this," so they didn't go out looking for him immediately, and then they did after, I think it was day 13. When I went out that day, I went out, and quite a lot of other people went out to look for him, and then the police were out with their drones. They had police divers going into local reservoirs, and then the lad was found and unfortunately passed. I'm not sure how he was found. I haven't asked my friend that. I don't want to go there with her, to be honest.
No, but there was a case here. This is like a teenager. I think he was 17. Obviously, he had rung the police himself and said, you know, you need to come and get me because I'm going to commit S. And so they said, he told them where he was and stuff like that, but they didn't go. And this is what I mean. How do the police assess and mark a certain person as high risk?
Because I know someone else who was exactly the same as your this teenager, and he was suicidal, you know, and he'd done it a few times, you know, like you know, he'd attempted it, and he was just straightforward. So he'd tell everyone on his Facebook, and I could talk him down. I used to like chat to him, and he'd talk him down, but I'd only talk him down for that day, and he lived really far away. He lived down south. I think he lived in Brighton, and he was in my area. You see, that's how I got entangled with all this. He was in our area, and he was needing, you know, hands because he was like really struggling. So I managed to get him in the hostel for a night, you know, and you know, just and a bit of help as well with his mental health. But then when he went back down to Brighton, he was really struggling, and I think he'd lost his parents and everything as well, so he had like nobody. And then I got word that he'd gone and done it.
Yeah.
But he used to get angry with people for sending the police to, because we always hear we're miles away, it take us 4 hours to drive there. It's where he is to go and help him. So, and if we'd phone the police, one of his other friends phoned the police and got them around there, and he was going really angry about that because, he didn't want the police there. It was just a really difficult situation to manage,
just plays
really.
on my mind. It really does. It plays on my mind how they managed to get her there so quick, like help so quick, and be assessed as high risk.
Yeah.
So that, if anyone knows this, or there's any police officers that watch this after,
I'll ask me
an email.
Two best friends are married to police officers or detectives.
Yeah.
I'll ask them when I see him next.
Yeah. So right. Anyway, Paul Taylor didn't think the body would bruise when passed. You can't bruise after you've passed away because your blood is not. Your bloody. Sorry. Your blood isn't circulating around your body.
Yeah. Once your heart stops, your body stops. You don't circulate blood.
So, did they class Nicola Bulley high risk immediately? Apparently so, yeah. Yeah, as soon as she had gone missing, she was classed as high risk.
Yeah, it was actually because that's what I was watching today. It was actually Becky that said she was high risk, and then the press were asked her saying, "What do you mean she's high risk? What's the matter? Why have you classified her as high risk?" And because she said something to the effect of she's got specific vulnerabilities, and she's graded as high risk. And she said that she wouldn't tell the press why, because it's personal and private. But then she went on a few days later to just blab and say,
"Oh yeah, that was Rebecca Smith."
Becky Smith.
Pathologists said there was evidence that injuries to Nikki's eye socket and nose, what she described as more severe injury to the bridge of her nose, occurred post-mortem, but didn't explain what evidence. They did also look underneath the wound without sounding too disgusting, and there was no breakage to the nose or anything. So that's what.
So the actual bone area.
Yeah. So to her knowledge, it was post-mortem injury. Sarah, my friend went missing yesterday. He has mental health issues. Within 2 hours, the drones and helicopters were out looking for him, and they found him safe and well. Thank God. Oh, that's good news.
Oh, thank God for that. Oh,
I had to show them all the evidence. I'm guessing that's meant to say. Oh, all the medication he takes, and then they got the helicopters and drones out. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. This is what I can't get my head round. Because in the inquest, Nikki's doctor said that, she was taking the
propranolol.
Yeah, that's it. I can never say it. Taking that for her anxieties, but there was no antidepressants and stuff like that. And she said that
propranolol, a property of that is actually can be used as an antidepressant. It does it lifts your mood. It stops you falling into a depression. Some people are prescribed it for that reason. But it can also be used for headaches. I have headaches and migraine. That's why I was prescribed it. I'm not on it anymore. I'm talking years ago. But people have it for heart conditions as well, because it slows your heart down, and because it actually lowers your blood pressure. On a healthy person, it could bring your blood pressure down too low, so then you can start to feel a bit dizzy, and that's how I felt at times. That's why I came off it.
But yeah, so it just mind boggles me how they managed to class as high risk, especially when even the mental health team said there was no reason for them to be there. So let's get onto this video quickly.
Yeah, because the mental health lady said that it didn't fit their normal criteria for a call out, didn't she?
Yeah, and that's what I don't get as well, because the amount of people that actually do need the mental health team there. I don't know what it's like up north, but down here, it's hard to get help. It really
You
is.
can't get it, Mum. No. Really hard. Really, really hard here.
Yeah.
You're talking 2 hours if you've got chest pains for an ambulance.
Yeah.
And mental health. And I've got a friend who's sadly passed away now. But she had some serious mental health issues linked with alcohol. And she many times we've called out, we've tried to get her sections because she needed help. She needed it really badly, and nobody did anything. There's a centre, she'd go into a centre. She was very clever, you see, she knew the system inside out, and so she'd just say, like, you're holding me against my will, I don't want to be here, and I know by law you can't keep me here. And she knew the law, because of a job that she did before. Yeah. So they as she's saying that, they had to just let her go, and then she was, she'd go with a program that was a pattern for 3 days, and then she'd sign herself out.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think Peter has mentioned that in one of Break the Ice's live, that he's gone to people in America, so yeah, to get a second opinion on that sonar image. So, right, let's get video quickly.
410 Thackeray, Lancashire Constabulary, currently on secondment with the Northwest Police Underwater Search Marine
This very steep hill.
I've been asked to record some of the features of the river wire near to Allotment Lane in relation to the Nicola Bulley inquest. Today is Tuesday, the 4th of April, 2023. Provided by my watch is 11:07.
All the videos that we see online of this, it cuts out halfway through. It misses. Funny enough, it misses off this island where Peter said he found the target.
As you can see, you go down.
I noticed that as well.
It is quite a steep slope.
Yeah.
The river is probably
it's
down
very deep
about
slope. Look,
half a metre from the day when we attended.
Well, Nikki knows that area like the back of her hands, doesn't she? She'll know that.
It's quite a large step down into the water. Hopefully you can see on the screen.
Yeah, I can. Look how clear. I know, obviously, they have really enhanced this footage and that of him.
Can I just say?
Caroline, can I just say?
I love rock.
What an idiot! He's going in there on his own.
Yeah, I know there's officers on the bank.
Dangerous river, and he's going in on his own.
Yeah, such a
river.
It
slopes gently upwards with a sandy bottom.
That police divers are taught the diving cars always.
I get into the water.
Ali Harris, just a quick one. Still recovering what we said.
Very fast flow the day in question.
I have actually got the autopsy stuff written down from when someone went to our team went to the inquest. We can do another live and go through the inquest details if that's what everyone would like.
We could go through it all, like from start to finish in full, couldn't we? Because that'll take ages, won't it?
Bad ferry. It's not fast. No, it's not. This is what really frustrates me.
And the whole time we were here searching, the water was flowing downstream towards the weir.
I could just see myself in there, but in my big flamingo rubber rings paddling away.
You've got someone up on the bank there.
Hanging to the water.
See him, but he hasn't got rope on him or nothing, has he? It's such a
on both sides. There's nothing that could have stopped her, and you can see as we look back, the wall.
Those police officers are actually looking in the river.
Down. It looks like it's man-made and to stop the erosion at the corner of the river. Now I'm into the middle of the river now, and it is pushing me downstream towards the weir.
Well, yeah, that's been reinforced. They used to do boat trips from there.
See, this is one thing that it annoys me about this. Okay, so he's trying to reconstruct what a deceased body would do in the river. Okay, so why is he in the standing position?
Yeah.
So why is he not floating on his back?
Exactly, because you can hear his feet crunching when he's walking along, and he's going, "Oh, it's we're going at a nice walking pace." And you can hear
the water was
the sound of the crunching
how
of his
he is
feet.
Somebody who's not in a dry
standing up position.
Very, very, very
his
cold.
Legs, like
almost
tread
freezing.
Water. You've got to tread water. You're not just going to float. I know he's got a wetsuit and stuff on, but you've still got to tread water to keep
cold
yourself
water
up.
shock would have probably.
So he's going to be moving then.
Causes you to gasp, can cause
your
muscles.
If she drowned, she would not float. No, she'd sink straight away. And this is what annoys me about this.
Underneath us now, as I dived on the first day, I know there are about 3 trees on the bottom, about 3.5 meters down here. We searched all around those trees, and there was nothing caught up in them. So it's my belief.
He did embarrass himself, Caroline. I agree.
Yeah, I'd love to know from Peter Faulding if there is actually any trees there.
To get a little bit further down, you can probably see there's
that would be interesting to hear Peter Faulding's full opinion of the whole. He's expressed his opinion a little bit on this, hasn't he? On Luke's interview from Break the Ice.
But you can see, like, he's moving that water. He's not just floating; he's moving that water. Yeah.
The coroner disgraced himself too by accepting it. Yeah, I agree, because I wouldn't accept this. I'd be like, get me some real evidence, because I want to see the perspective of what he looks like from somebody stood on the side of the river as well. He claims he's neck deep in water. You can see his shadow and he's not.
Continues to be that wall. This far down, I believe there was a bit of a ledge, about 1 meter under the water, before the ledge came out, probably
75 meters away.
Dropping down.
I will get the image up, and
to about 3.5 meters.
We've measured it, so I'll show you whereabouts.
Further down towards the
that's a good way of getting your headphones where she was found.
The water the bottom.
Yeah, Peter said 75 meters away from the bench area.
Yeah.
Quickly, you can see how
quickly it took him 6 minutes.
You can hear it. Because I've got the headphones on, I can hear it clearer now. But you can hear him pushing the water with his hand.
This part was all searched.
He's pushing. He's like kind of like swimming. You know, when you're moving the water away with your hand. He's doing that, and you can hear his feet crunch on the gravel when he's taking footsteps as well.
In the first place,
and you're not going to do that if you've just inhaled a load of water.
Right.
This tree.
So you see here, so this is overhanging. They reckon they searched all under here. Right, you can see the shallow on the right there. But if they had searched under all of this debris that's been caught up in this tree wouldn't be there. So, but the other one around the corner is a lot more. Right, let's
move further towards where this island is.
Island.
Getting to about 100 meters from the point of entry, or perceived point of entry. Once again, it
14. I'm just reading your comment there. So when he says the water was 5 meters deeper on the day he was talking,
around the
it was 5 centimeters deeper. I heard it was 5 centimeters deeper because the locals were talking about it. Yeah. And the water monitoring centre is that brick building that's next to the river. Yeah. And they go in and they check the water temperature and how high the water is, that's monitored from that brick building.
Yeah, but if you you see from those images earlier, the fire rescue team were walking literally just round the corner from this.
Yeah, that where he is now must be where Peter.
Yeah, so
found
this
that
island
image.
here, this is where Peter found the target around here. So I have got an image that we've measured, so I will get that up after this. But yeah,
If I shut up now as well, listen, phone, because it goes.
Yeah.
I think I searched there.
Yeah, this is what's the interesting thing. So let's listen hard, carefully to this.
Here, and nothing was found on the actual day.
You have to go back a bit.
I'm currently off the bottom again. And this was dived on a subsequent day. We searched around the front of the island here, and nothing was found on the actual day. I'm currently off the bottom again, so it's over 1.5 meters deep here. I think from memory, and dived further down later, it's about 3 meters deep just past, sorry, it's about 2 meters deep just past this island. And then once again, we start coming up to the first right-hand bend. The water starts to shallow out. And very shortly, I imagine I'll be able to touch the floor again.
You can touch the floor.
I'm not swimming along at all here. I'm just letting the flow take me. Like I say, it's
He's walking
slower flow than but it's still.
He's created bubbles where he's been
walking
moving.
pace. You can see us moving along.
Good night, Sarah.
The bank.
Have a good day at work tomorrow.
Again, you can see a small overhang of trees.
Bye, Sarah. Thanks for joining us.
Right.
Take care, lovely.
Still not touching the bottom. It's around 2 meters deep here. The bottom continues to be sandy and flat with a few rocks on it. And I know there was a tree here as well that was located on sonar that was dived and searched all around.
I think. Go on, say I think. Go on, pan round, because I want to see where those police officers are still following him.
And just as we get to the apex of the corner, my feet have just touched the ground now, so it's probably around 1.5 meters deep here. Again, nothing on the bottom at all that would hold anything up. No overhanging trees that could have really been a snag. And we searched in a line on the night she went missing, all the way from here down to the weir, to get shallower and shallower from here. Now looking about 1 meter's depth. Hopefully you can see on the screen, you can see the bottom. There's nothing on it.
Yeah, that island's very, very close to the riverbank where that abandoned mansion is as well.
As we get around the corner,
it's going up to there, isn't it?
That's shallower,
just above the river.
Slightly narrower.
14.
Pick up in pace as you get towards the
Nikki's clothes would have given her initial buoyancy because it would have filled with air at first.
This corner is
but
about
then it
200
would have become
meters.
waterlogged and then pulled her down. But if it were me, I would have been getting my clothes off straight away as soon as you fall and you feel your clothes getting waterlogged. You just take everything off and get yourself able to swim and get swim into the sides.
How clear the bottom is.
You can see all the pebbles on the bottom of the river, can't you?
Yep.
You see any fishes?
He's ducking down now, so he's going to say it's getting deeper.
the depth across the river, which I think is about 20 metres wide, is fairly consistent.
I thought it was going to say 20 metres deep, and I was like,
banks on both sides.
I think at one point it says he's knee deep, and you can see the bottom so clearly. It's like you're 6 foot something, mate. You're not knee deep in that.
Yeah, big shout out, Michael Fish. Hello.
On the side, all of these are searched.
I think.
Are you the weatherman, Michael Fish? Is everyone too old to remember Michael Fish? Am I showing my age now?
Yeah. No, I remember him. He's the one that got the Storm 1987 wrong.
Nothing speed.
Yeah.
I have to sit down in this water now. It's taking me
but right, he's sitting down in the water to make out that he's floating, but it's still such shallow enough for him to use his other hand to push him.
He's just like pushing himself along, isn't he? There, yeah. And that's not how a person who's deceased is going to react in that water. They're going to be limp and uncontrolled, so they're not going to control any of their movements. His body's rigid, and
he's closer to the weir where the water does pick up pace anyway.
And that's right. There's like pebbles on the floor, isn't there?
Susan, it's all those paper bits of money. And that's why certain people wasn't.
The weir's around about 300 metres.
Pete Faulding, Sally Riley.
As you get towards it, water now is shin deep on me. We do think it's down a little bit from the day in question.
So is he holding the microphone there? Look at the shadow. What's he doing?
No, he's holding a GoPro.
And how was he holding a GoPro when he was swimming? When he was like neck deep in water?
Yeah.
Sorry. This is crazy.
It's this bit that makes it doesn't make me laugh, but it's like
on the night in question. Officers waiting in a line, and we could see the whole width of the river. As you get to the weir itself,
John Catley is weatherman, and so is Michael Fish. Can anyone remember that one?
No.
Right, I'm really showing the age.
So here, he's going to show how easily it is to pass over the weir, but he has to lift his legs up to get over. So
he's using there's a lip, but there's a lot of water going over it, even though the water is now down from where it was on the day. It comfortably pushed me over, float over the top.
See?
And straight into the faster flowing water at the bottom. It's not powerful enough. There's not a big enough drop on the other side.
He looks like he's on a water slide in the theme park, doesn't he?
The other side of that weir to make sure there's nothing trapped in it.
Recorded him.
So I stand up now.
In the water.
It's waist deep.
Yeah, there was a few of them floating around, trying to float over the weir, and he couldn't.
To stand up on
his back, trying to float over the weir, and he couldn't do it.
To here, where I'm about knee deep.
He didn't go over the weir.
Now below the weir,
there was a few of them trying, wasn't there? There was three in the water trying. None of them
when we were here,
get over the weir by floating.
Downstream on the day.
14, yeah, that's what I
believe
said.
at the time she went missing.
Recorded him from the
it would have been low tide,
so you could actually.
But before we arrived, there would have been high tide.
Yeah, you need that perspective from the riverbank to see him in the river. Because where he is now, he's ankle deep in water there. That is ankle deep.
Searching downstream, and they were here before we arrived. We arrived about 3 p.m. and started diving at 4 p.m. If you look to the left, you can see there's a sandy bank. Over to the right, you can see there are some trees. where someone potentially could have been caught up. These weren't searched by us on the day. I believe the fire brigade were in a boat and were searching in and around all of these snag hazards.
Am I the only one that's thinking, go on, trip over and get your head under the
Currently
water?
waist deep.
Are we reckon waist deep here,
There
right?
are
Waist
some
deep
more
up
channels
here.
on this right-hand
There's
bank
no way he's waist deep.
that potentially could have
No,
been snag hazards.
not by there.
In the
Is that what
middle
that's
of the
where
river
the
here,
swans were by there, wasn't
there's
it?
a shallow sandbank.
It's not waist
There's a
deep.
channel
No
that
way.
runs to the right and to the left, where it's
We
deeper.
went there and we saw some
I'm just
beautiful
coming onto the sandbank
swans,
now.
didn't we? It was a beautiful
Yeah.
day.
Coming up from
You
waist
can see
deep
the bottom, and he
to
reckons
shin deep.
he was
on either side.
waist deep. Look, you can see it. I'm sorry, I get really annoyed watching this video.
Yeah, I know.
Slightly deeper.
So they played this
Here on waist
actual
deep.
video in the inquest. This is what the coroner
You
watched
see, again, man-made
and accepted
rocks
that this
on the wall on
was
the way down.
factual and
There is
scientific.
something we
Just coming
spotted
onto the
here.
sandbank now.
Um,
I'm coming up from waist deep to shin deep,
yeah, he's trying to find a deep bit.
but on either side,
Bradbury. Right. See that hole there? Oh, you might have to put your cursor over it because mine don't show. There's a hole there where I'm assuming like a tree was there and it's fallen down, but there is a hole. Can you see it?
Yeah,
So that's very interesting. That didn't get mentioned.
could that be like a flood outlet? You know, sometimes when you open up the sluice gates,
Yeah, but it never got mentioned.
if there's flooding.
To me, that's a part. That's a point of interest. So
Yeah,
why has he not mentioned that? But yeah, when he's saying that the fire rescue team searched that this area on the day, she would not have got that far.
because we know now that she hasn't got that far. When the search and rescue because that fire and search and rescue got on site before the police did, so they were the first searchers on the scene, and then the police joined them a couple of hours later.
Yeah, that is a big hole. It's
slightly
crazy.
deeper. So here I'm waist deep.
Waist deep.
You see, again, man-made.
You're not 3 foot tall, mate.
The
You're
wall
6
on the way
foot.
down. On the river right,
You can see the
on river
bottom.
left, sandy bank, over the shallow sandbank, and back into the deeper water in the channel on the other side of it, which is now around chest deep on this side.
Chest deep. You don't even look
It's
like
around about
camera's not
400
even
metres
chest deep.
now from the point of entry, heading down towards the bridge, which is around about 500 metres away. And the water here, as we exit the corner, is deeper. I'm off bottom, around about 2 metres.
Yeah, walking on your knees, mate. So this tree that's
Again,
coming
I'm not
up,
swimming, I'm just being pushed along by the current.
it does get closer.
It's pushing the back of your shins. Ooh, it's
Which is at a
pushing me
slow
along.
walking pace.
At the back, his calf muscles on the back of his legs are getting pushed.
Large
He's
tree
walking on his knees, I'm telling you.
That river,
overhanging the
though,
water here.
what's it called?
Somebody
Ebb and
floating
flow.
could be
It
caught.
flows backwards and forwards.
Yeah, tidal. So it's tidal here.
Yeah.
And this is where it flows back and forward. But there wasn't actually a high tide from when Nikki went missing till the day she got found. That was the first high tide since she'd been missing.
Yeah. That was literally the first high tide we had, wasn't it? And then
just put my legs
she got
under it.
found.
So this tree here, look at the debris around it. Now tell me that they've searched that.
Because if that had been
There's not
searched,
a lot
it
that's
There
would have
wouldn't
all
be nothing there.
floated away.
It takes a long time for stuff like this to build up, okay? And there is so much debris there. And you're telling me they searched that.
water. It definitely could stop you if you came into it. But there's nothing underneath these branches that are on the surface. There's nothing coming down into the water.
He's only had about 5 years experience
still
or something
Yeah.
as well, hasn't he, as a police diver? He's really not exactly super
Yeah.
experienced.
So it does wind me up watching that video because the way he's done
Peter
that video,
Faulding.
he's been very, very clever. Like he's using that video to go with the narrative that they wanted to go with. So yeah, he kept saying that the river was so much deeper. This was searched, I think. So
From my memory and all this,
yeah,
he should. Why was he filming this in? I think it was April, the 4th of the 4th. He filmed this, I believe. And why is he filming it in April? Why couldn't he take coverage, like get police cam coverage of them searching on the day? Did nobody think, oh, I might put my my camera on here on my uniform, which is like statues? It's part of the uniform, isn't it? Cameras.
Yeah.
And we could actually see on the day what they did on the search, and we could see on the day how high the river was. Why is it from memory and the memory of an idiot? Sorry, I really don't. This is
I've
ridiculous.
got Caroline's slip mark here. She sent it to us on email, so I'm just going to show you guys.
Oh, she said she was going to send us some stuff. Classic. Thank you, Caroline.
I'm just getting it up.
Holy hell! Someone pull him out, David Barry. I know.
See, that's on flat ground, and there's a slip mark.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It is crazy. It's just like
there was no sign of anything there.
yeah, because he said as well in the inquest, he described the visibility as being 2 meters, and that's like crazy clear. I don't think I could see 2 meters in like my local swimming baths.
No, especially not in river water as well, because it's
it was a bit like I don't, it's clear, you can see the bottom, but it's when you're actually in the water looking for something, surely it's not going to be 2 meters is a lot.
Yeah,
and that's what he said. The visibility was.
Screams were Nikki coming round. Could she have been stunned by something? Explain her silence, and also would her if she was too. Yeah, see the screams. They called the 2 witnesses to the inquest that heard the screams, and then decided at the end of it they asked the coroner to
Discount it.
Yeah, discount that because it's not irrelevant to Nikki.
Oh, DCAM, do you remember that song about John Catley the Weatherman? Yay! I'm not the only old fart on here.
I've just done something.
I'm the same age as Nikki. I am more than 2 months older than her, but
Yeah.
I don't remember John Catley's song.
But, oh yeah, I wanted to show you
with my eagle fish.
Where not that one. The 75 meters away, didn't I?
Oh, you're doing a map with the marking?
Yeah, if I could find it.
That's the thing. Do you know what? How much information collectively we've got between us for Nikki's case is shocking.
Yeah.
It is absolutely crazy because it's been going on for so long and we keep on finding more information and then things just keep changing all the time. 14. Right. If you were attacked, you'd scream or shout. Nikki didn't. So she was either stunned or had something stopping her from shouting. And then 10 minutes later, a scream is heard. So she's freed herself or came round. It's a possibility that, it's, she had a bruise to her arm, which would have happened before a death. Now, it could have happened the day before, or it could have happened,
Michael,
10 minutes before. But that actually came up and was found in the autopsy, and it was a big, like bruise that went from around both sides of her arms. Because she's really, really slim, wasn't she, Nikki?
Yeah.
Slight build. And it went all the way around her arm, and it was massive. It was the measurements are crazy. If I'm bigger than Nikki, and I think it would look horrendous on me. So I can only imagine what it looks like on a girl that's that size.
I know, exactly. This is Peter Faulding, one of the press people. Obviously took a picture, and you can see how clear that sonar image is there. So, but I have got the location. Just give me get it up. I found it. So this is the bench area here, and the island is there. I think it was Bad Fairy that hadn't seen.
Oh, thanks, Michael Fish. You still around watching, but you won't be commenting. So I hope you have a good night anyway.
Yes,
I hope you
get some rest. This is the island here. This is where Peter Faulding said that he found the target. So, and it's very close to this bank area. I don't know. Oh, I can zoom in. So yeah, and then up here. Ooh, let me get rid of that. Don't want to give all my photos away straight away.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to share it again.
but if you think how far is 75 meters, right? And they're going away and they're doing these high speed boat rides in the sea looking for Nikki with the Coast Guard. I was watching it and I was like, how are they going to see your body when they're going that fast?
Yeah,
across the sea as well. No, it was crazy. It was like, what? And she was in the area. She hadn't even left St. Michael's.
Yes. So right, I've got it back up. So up there to the left, that's where the abandoned mansion is. So yeah, it's very, very close. Bench area. This is where they.
P.S. Higgs, that's the one that's gone very quiet.
Yeah,
he was in the tennis centre, wasn't he? When one of the screams got heard, he was with the lady that heard her.
It was his dash cam that caught Nikki's car.
Yeah, so it's obviously parts up in because it's the same car park for the school and the tennis centre right next to each other, and then he's gone into the tennis centre, and then he was with the lady that heard the scream. Make of that what you will.
Yes. So and now he's disappeared.
It's not showing on any of the stuff, databases or anything, is he?
Yeah, Caroline, I did put your image up of your slip mark, so yeah, thank you for that. Absolutely brilliant.
That's crazy. It's so you would see that type of thing if Nikki had gone and slipped in that river. That it was grassy, wasn't it, that day? It wasn't freezing. The ground wasn't frozen. I think for sure if she's had a bit of a slip and gone in the river, she would have definitely left a mark in the water, on the grass. Sorry.
So this is actually a really good image. You can see the island, you can see Peter Faulding there, and you can see the mansion. So now you can actually see how close it is.
Is that a picture at Target, or is that a picture of them just checking everywhere?
I don't know. Huh? Yeah, this is where they found the target, but yeah, obviously.
But what Peter said was that he, at the time, he saw it and he asked local police to go and check, and they came back and said it's negative, quote. So he leaves it, but I think he goes back the next day. He told Luke that he went back the next day and checked again, and the place was covered with press, so he didn't want to make a big issue about that area. And I think some police divers were going in, so he went off in his boat with the sonar and carried on scanning the river, and he left the divers near the target, but he was told it was negative. That's what he said to Luke anyway. And
that's what I don't get. Why would they not? If you find a target, why would they not let you dive it?
Yeah, exactly right. If I couldn't find it, he wanted to. He asked if he could go and dive for it, and I think he was told, "No, we'll get the police divers to dive for it." He was told he couldn't do it.
Yeah, and obviously Peter can't go against them.
Yeah,
you've got to remember that he has a reputation to uphold because he does work with the police forces all over the country. So if
he couldn't speak out.
Yeah, if he actually went against them and dived it anyway, he would have been arrested there and then that's his reputation.
Well, he couldn't speak out about it either because the coroner put a gagging order on the case as well. So if Peter Faulding had discussed the matter before everything was fully investigated and they were all closed investigations, he would have been breaking the coroner's gagging order, and that would have meant he wouldn't get any work from other people because it's like literally committing career suicide, isn't it?
Yeah.
Going against the orders like that, you have to be really respectful of what the coroner's orders are.
And he's never had any problems with any other police force. Obviously, Peter has to be invited there to be able to go and do work. But yeah, he has to still go by what the police force has said because he's not running it. Yeah, it frustrates me. It really does. And I actually done a poll. I don't know if you guys saw on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook of how people had actually come to know of Peter Faulding. And I think
I saw that. Yeah,
all three of them, 80% is through Nicola Bulley's case.
Yeah.
So not a lot of people have heard of Peter Faulding before. Obviously, I've known of him because of Lucas Dobson campaign that he's done, where he's actually made life jackets, and he donates all these life jackets to the schools. Because Lucas Dobson, he was playing on what they called it, a dock, where his father has a boat, and he was running up and down, went to get on the boat, slipped and fell between the boat and the dock.
Oh no! That's your worst nightmare.
The river was very, very, very fast flowing, not this fast flowing as they say. And it's like his dad, his uncle, everyone jumped after him, but he had gone. So he got obviously asked to go and search, and he found him. So he's got this campaign where he donates life jackets. It's got Lucas Dobson's picture and his name on
that. Is so kind of Peter doing that, isn't it? That campaign is lovely, and it's out of his pocket that he's paying for all his life jackets, which are really good quality, and he's the best ones, and he's emphasising.
He actually donated
to make sure your kids have got a life jacket on.
Yeah, he actually donated 2 life jackets to our kids. Let me see if
Oh,
I've got
you're
a
too,
picture.
yeah. That was really kind, wasn't it? Bless his heart.
Yeah, and they are amazing. Let me see if I've got a picture of it somewhere.
Because I've got life jackets for my kids because we've got a inflatable canoe that we take to Bala Lake in North Wales sometimes. Um and you blow it up and just put them in there, and I've got life jackets for the kids and for me as well in case they have to go in after them because I don't fancy drowning either.
We took them on holiday with us, and yeah, they're that good. My son's life jacket actually held me and him up. I was laying on top of him. He
Oh.
absolutely loved it. Right, bear with me. I'm gonna have to email this picture to myself because it's not on the computer.
Oh, thanks, Caroline. She's saying she's loving the chat, by the way. You're all absolute mega stars in the chat. Thank you for your patience earlier on as well. And technical difficulties.
Yeah, always starts at the beginning. But yeah, thank you for joining.
I'm just going to keep it as it is now and just go off my phone, I think. And that's the key.
Until again. Technical, that's what it is, Jenny.
I was thinking I was being really clever, Do you know what's really embarrassing is I studied for a degree in IT. creative so that's like 3D animation and sounds and everything, and I should really know all this, and but things never work at home as you do in the lab in university.
No.
In real life.
I need your phone. They're not on mine. Trying to find these pictures. Bear with me.
In South Australia, it's law to wear life jackets. That's a good practice though, because it just takes one wrong slip and a person can lose their life over it.
Yeah, no, exactly. But these jackets are absolutely amazing.
Yeah, the best quality. Peter was saying he really made sure that they were
the schools and donates them. So
yeah,
that's it's really good because schools, when they're doing
schools
do quite a bit of water sports nowadays. So
the ones I've got like these floats that go up inside them and stuff. But you have to sort of, every time you use them, you have to go and make sure that everything's in place. Before you zip your child up in it and stuff. But my two when they learned to swim, and when they had a big deep paddling pool in the back garden. So we used to put a life jacket on them. They used to get little pink ones for the swimming pools. And they thought it was great because the head can't go beneath the water. It's impossible, the way it's created. It stops the head going beneath the water. So they were like having a great time bobbing around.
Yeah, the amount of confidence it gave our kids when they was out and about. It's lovely.
That's it. Yeah, when it builds up confidence as well, and it builds up confidence to actually learn to swim as well. So not afraid of the water.
No. Sorry, it's taken a lot longer because there's thousands of pictures on here. But it's been a few months since we've been home.
So Ali Harris is saying Becky Smith is qualified in S crime and country lines, so why she seconded to take over Sally Riley. Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier on. It's crazy, isn't it? It's like asking a brain surgeon to do a heart transplant. It's just as far as qualifications go, Sally Riley, well, you'd think she's, I think, superintendent, and she would have the right qualifications to deal with this. But I think maybe they thought Becky would be better from a PR front. But I think Becky embarrassed them a little bit, you know, because that dress she wore to that press conference, it's something you wear to go clubbing, you know. You've got an option. You can wear your police uniform. They've got the official uniform. And, you know, and I think for formal cases like this, she should have put that on it, because what she was wearing, in my opinion anyway, was inappropriate. You know, I thought I'd see it down this stripper joint next time. I shouldn't really say that. It's not very PC. Apologies to any strippers out there, especially you, Bad Fairy. I'm only joking.
I'm literally I'm nearly there. Right, I'm there. Right, let's find one that's got them both. Oh. But yeah, is there anything anyone else thinks that we should look into?
Well, Paul selling a house, that's something new, isn't it? But people are saying that he should have sold it ages ago. I'll tell you what it'll be. It'll be probate. Probate takes months to go through, and I think the probate's probably just come through, and he's decided to put the house on the market.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't blame him for doing it because of the kids.
I would do exactly the same in his shoes, you know.
Everyone knows where they live. You know, it's been put out there.
Yeah, it's the family are just very publicly exposed, aren't they? And I think I definitely do the same in his shoes. And they need a fresh start as well.
Yeah, no, they do.
You know, the kids just need to not get away from their mum. You know, they've got to have, you know, do things to remember the mum and keep the memories up, but they need to feel safe at home, don't they? And
yeah,
you know, if they move to somewhere a bit more incognito.
Huh?
She could have had a sweater and flats and pantsuit on at least. Yeah, Shelley, to be fair, yeah, you know, I worked in a bank and I used to just wear a pair of cheap trousers, you know, from the Tesco, black trousers, and then I had a black suit jacket that was quite smart, and then I used to just you know, have a t-shirt on underneath it, you know, and it looked smart, you know, I had a nice necklace on, or you know, or a scarf, and you looked official, you know. I don't know why she wore that dress. It bothers me. I'm like, why? What is she trying to, like, take people's attention off the case?
Yes, the way she come across in that.
Yeah, she's very defensive.
Yeah,
I thought.
Very, and she was very like, you know, this is how it should be. Now do what I say.
Yeah. You TikTokers, you naughty TikTokers, you stay away. Don't you have an opinion? Don't you dare speculate. It's just when you say that to the public, what they're going to do. Exactly what happens.
Yeah. Right. I've got these images now.
So that's a bench. Because apparently the reason is that bench has got number 23 on it was because they used to have boat trips going by the bench, and apparently one of them capsized, and there was 23 survivors, and they had number 23 engraved on that bench as a reminder to all the people who lost their lives.
Oh yeah. Yeah, very arrogant, Bridget. So this is our kids.
The Killer Queen, yeah.
Life jackets on. There was actually in the sea on this one. But yeah, you can see that they absolutely loved it.
She's retired now as well, Becky has. So she retired, we heard about it last week, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah, I was quite surprised by that.
So someone said Ding Dong the Witch is Dead last week when we were talking about it. That was funny. I think she could go off and work in a Bewitched trial. You know, like the tribute bands.
Yeah.
Bewitched. So I used to be a cop, but I'm not. Oh.
But yeah, these are the kids in their life jackets. Absolutely amazing.
Oh, that's lovely, that is. Oh.
Yeah, and the confidence that they both had was amazing.
And the thing is, you as a parent as well, when you see that, you're like, I don't need to worry, because like they cannot get the head under the water in them. It is like impossible for unless a wave goes over the head. That's the only way.
I'll believe it.
That's only like for a moment.
Yeah, he still tried to dive with it on because he likes to go under the water. He's still trying to dive with it on. It just floats back up.
Yeah.
So
they're trying diving and they just end up sticking their head down towards the water, trying to get their head in there, but they can't even put their face in the water. Those things on.
No, but yeah, but no. We've been going 2 hours 20 minutes. I think
we've done. Let me have a look at my list and see if there was anything else. Because so Paul Ansell's selling his house. Becky's retired. She's going to go and join the Bewitched tribute thing. Can I just do a shout out to all the other creators as well who've been like amazing? So I've got to say, Luke, your interview with Peter was phenomenal. So Break the Ice. If you haven't seen it, go and have a look. He's a top lad. He's doing his best and he's working well with Peter. He did another video where he went to Peter's house and stayed over, and it was really interesting. I thoroughly enjoyed watching that. A big shout out to Super Chuffer. Super Chuffer, I love you. He's hilarious. There's a lot of in jokes. I think you have to sort of watch him a few times to get the grasp of what is going on a little bit. But he's a good lad. Eddie Super Vinyl, granddad. Thank you. Break, yeah. Do you know? Yeah. I wrote the breakdown. Do you know what? I can't even read my own handwriting these days. Yeah, but Eddie is just so kind. He's been following the Nicola Bulley case and reporting on it. He's lost his videos. He didn't realise it was permanently, which is sad because he made some corkers. Honest to God, they were like absolute amazing pieces. Maybe if anyone's recorded the videos, and it might be able to send them back to you that way. Perhaps,
they downloaded some of them.
That's it. And then we've got Irish Eyes as well. I was chatting to, bless her heart. She's going through a bereavement of her animal, which is so sad. But
sending lots of love your way, Irish Eyes.
Yeah, she's a top girl. And I think that they're the main ones that I personally deal with.
From Unapologetic Me, she's coming back, so that's good.
Yeah, she's coming back as well. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, and then
that's really good.
Mind Juice, he's apparently this Saturday, 8-9 o'clock. He's going to be back.
I was binge watching Mind Juice the other day. He's really, really good.
Yeah.
Because he's American, isn't he? And this is the thing about Nikki's case. It's global, isn't it? Because we've got people in chat from Australia, and we've got American YouTube creators who are and there's quite a lot of them as well who are dealing with Nikki's case as well. So it's a global case because it is. I asked myself why specifically her case, but I think it's because we can all relate to her.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
way or another, we can all relate to.
Or maybe for the guys, it's like she's, similar to their mum or sister or partner.
Yeah,
we see it from that point of view. But it's just who expects to go out taking a dog for a walk in the morning and then have all this? and it's just really.
Oh, we got Shelley from Canada.
Have we got Canada too? Big ups, Canada! Yay!
Yeah. So
no, I've never been to Canada, and I really, 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 really want to go.
Yeah, I bet it's cold over there now, though, isn't it?
So I want to go when it's freezing cold. You know, in Canada, can you see the aurora borealis or the northern lights? I'd love to see them.
Yeah.
We
will do Vicky Marie as well. You know, she.
Yeah. Well, Vicky Marie's been reading out the not the inquest, the College of Policing report, and you know it's hard going. To be fair, I can't. I don't have face to do it. I can't sit and read that out.
I will. I'll print it off and highlight the bits that we can go through.
I think we'll go through the interesting parts that stand out and not put everyone through the agony of going through it all, because it's a bit painful.
Yeah, but I need to get the rest of this inquest written down from the notes, and then we can go through that.
That would be great as well.
Shadow, yeah, they're threatening it here, but you know what England's like. They threaten it in England, and it just rains. It's always the opposite of what they threatened. So we will see.
Yeah, you always get a heat wave when it's supposed to be snowing, and it's
yeah,
vice versa, isn't it?
But no, just everyone, all the creators out there, keep up the good work. Keep Nikki's name out there.
And it's the people who were listening as well, because a lot of people listen to us after.
Thank you, David Barry. You girls are great. Always learn a lot more each time. Thanks. That's what we're here for.
Thanks.
You know, we do try and just get the facts out there.
I just hope we're not boring you. You'd be like, oh my god.
Yeah, us two chat.
But if anyone's listening after the facts and they get through the first part with all the audio issues we've had, well done.
Yeah, thank you for sticking by us.
Very patient people.
But no, we will keep going. What's today?
I'm mortified and embarrassed.
Oh yeah, Luke is here in the SGI fan. Luke from Break the Ice. I remember when they literally have everything in these fans, literally, for every situation that they come across.
Is that the video? Where can we play this little bit of video?
Yeah.
Is that the video? This is the Luke from Break the Ice speaking to one of Peter Faulding's divers. Listen to this, right? Just and bear in mind about Thackeray going on his own into that water.
Right, get it. Play. There's no sound. Got to take the mute off. Right, okay.
Like a driving license. Professionalism. Yeah, absolutely. So I think sometimes there's a perception that we're just like a keen scuba club or something like that. Far from it. We are all licensed to do what we need to do. So these are the two sets. You'd always have a diver one and what's known as a standby diver. So when there's a diver in the water, under the commercial licensing laws, you have to have someone on the riverbank, the lakeside, ready, kitted up to jump in the water if diver one came across any problems, like got snagged, had an issue with their air supply, or just needed general assistance. You'd always have a diver kitted up, suit on, air on,
so you're
jump in.
Always kind of paired up then.
Always paired up. We've all got backgrounds where professionalism is key.
Always paired up.
It's just the way you just have to operate things.
Yeah,
absolutely. But also, not only will the diver have a standby diver with him, they'll always be attached to the surface. The diver will have a tender, both divers. You'll have tender one and tender two, like you have diver one and diver two. Yeah. And it's their job and their responsibility for the welfare of that diver, whether they be in the water or out the water. When we're fully kitted up, when we've got all our kit and equipment on, we're at 60 kilos heavier. Right. So you imagine having a 60-kilo person on your body. Yeah. We're trying to walk around with all that weight, because the diving that we do, we need to be on the bottom, like literally sunk to the bottom. We're searching through reeds, we're searching on riverbeds, most of the time it's like zero visibility.
I was going to say you're in darkness down there.
It's not so much darkness. Imagine you're diving in a chocolate milkshake.
Right, okay.
It's just dark brown water. Can't see your hand in front of your
shadows,
face.
maybe.
Your fingertips searching. Literally, it can be painstakingly slow. Kit's very, very, very heavy until you get in the water, and then you become what is neutrally buoyant. So that weight, you can't feel that weight.
Right, okay.
So yeah, we just need to be rock bottom. So you see all these beautiful videos of people diving in the Red Sea and Egypt and the Med, and they're sort of floating in this crystal blue sea. That is not what I know as diving. I'm rock bottom in some proper dirty river, pitch black, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, so always got to dive with someone else.
And that is what the police divers are taught to do from day dot. The people that work for Peter, they're either military or ex-police. Usually, they come over as divers, and that is number one rule: is you don't do it alone. And what did Thackeray do? Go and film that all on his own.
And there was no
in a really, really dangerous river. He was getting pushed along, you know. So just how would the coroner okay that?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's just operational
Bad fairy
levels wrong. Really bad. I was so annoyed about it. You know, when I saw him do that, you know, especially when you're making a video, I probably have about 3 or 4 people filming with cameras to get like lots of perspectives of you know, where you are, you know, because you're going to go round corners and things, you know, and you're just going, you know, holding on to a GoPro on his own,
and no one ready to jump in.
So if something happens, and it could easily happen, it happened to Nikki, didn't it? You know.
Yeah.
And that was you know, she knew that area like the back of her hand. You know, she would know where all the you know, the areas of the river where all the land masses were and stuff. You know, compared to like you know, if I went there and fell in, I wouldn't have any idea of the geography of the river. But she's lived there for like 12 years and walks the dog there every day.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it.
He didn't know Maria was there, though, did he? No, he didn't. PC Factory. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, when Luke, from who we've just seen there, fair play to Luke, he's done a really good job. When he was interviewing Peter Faulding was very disturbed by this video with Peter Thackeray. Not Peter Thackeray, PC Thackeray. You know, he wasn't sure about what he was saying. He's just the whole thing. You know, you have to watch it yourself to see what I mean. So go and check out Break the Ice if you haven't already.
Slide down over himself, and he couldn't float on his back over the rear, David. So it says a lot, doesn't it? So yeah,
it looked like he was in a water theme park.
Yeah, I know. Right, it's 10 to 12, so we're going to shoot. I need to try and get some sleep tonight. But thank you all for joining us. Nice to see you all here. I hope you like our podcast, as we say what we're doing. We will try and go live again in a few days. Hopefully have this inquest typed up a bit more for us.
Yeah, that'll be good. And we can go through the notes. I'll take some notes from the War and Peace manual.
If anyone wants to send us an email, if there's any information that
if you've got any questions
you want us to look or something, I'll type it again rather than search for it. Anything that you want us to have, you know, have a look at, debunk for you, send us an email or even write a comment. You know, if you're happy for it to be in the comments, do that. If you want it to be in the email, send us an email, and
that's the best way.
We will get onto that for you. But no, thank you all for joining us. It's actually
we appreciate you, really, we do. we're doing this for Nikki, you know, that our incentive, you know, there's no hidden agenda with us, you know, not that we're not out to make money or anything. It is literally, we've seen what's happened with a girl who's just walking a dog and disappears, and things just are off about this case, and we think it's, you know, even, you know, now that we know that she was in the river all the time, we still think it's off because we just don't believe that she would fall into a river, that she's so familiar with that top ground.
Yeah.
We just don't believe it. So we appreciate everyone, and just spread the word. Sign the petition that's going around as well, just because obviously we need to get that up to is it 10,000 we need?
Yeah, they're very crafty with these petitions, don't they? They try and make it, but we will get there. But like I say,
well, that's if anyone who thinks it's dodgy what's going on, just sign a petition and get your friends to as well, and we'll get there in the end. I've got strong faith in humanity and people pulling together, and us creators all pulling together, and our people in chat who are helping us as well, just by being here and, you know, contributing in the chat as well, or people who just listen to us and don't.
Yes, thank you. Like Caroline said,
appreciate you all.
Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe and share. Get us out there so people can hopefully hear what we have to say. I'll end it on like I normally do. We're here just for this beautiful lady and to get justice.
Yeah.
And hopefully, fingers crossed, things are heading in the right direction. So, but yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Be positive and stay healthy and wealthy and kind.
Yeah.
Take care.
Stay warm over in Canada as well, because I know it's stay cool over in Australia. Yeah. This way. Right. Good night, guys. Bye.
Take care, lovelies. Bye.